Yes, I'm going to cover second order SQL injection in further sessions. We discussed about a lot of vulnerabilities, right? Out of those vulnerabilities, now assume like you got one vulnerability and you need to do the reporting. The output of penetration testing, vulnerability assessment and penetration testing is the report. So this report should include all the details about the vulnerabilities. As per your knowledge, tell me what are the details you are going to include in the VAPT report. Think like you have got 5 vulnerabilities. For each vulnerability, you need to list few things, right? Try to guess or try to think what are the details you want to provide for each vulnerability. Okay, your time starts now. Put it in the chat window. Vulnerability name. Okay, title. What title do you want to put? Severity, yes. Anitha, Renuka, Raghavendra. Severity, impact, remediations, Raghavendra. Impact, okay. Even if it is repetitive, I want at least one detail about the vulnerability. Post it in the chat window. I would expect answer from everyone. It can be duplicate. Remediations, vulnerability, severity, impact, proof of concept, POC. Okay, prevention method, remediations, risk, URL. Okay, fine. This is a utmost important question. The reason is it doesn't matter what are the vulnerabilities you have found. Finally, is it not audible? Anil, is my voice clear? Others, you guys are able to hear clearly? Audible. Anil, do one thing. Adjust your mic, adjust the audio volume, or disconnect and connect back. Okay, fine. So the output of vulnerability assessment and penetration testing is a report. That's it. It doesn't matter how you tested it, what vulnerabilities you have found. Of course, we have to find vulnerabilities. Even if you miss some vulnerabilities, it doesn't matter. Finally, the report should be very clear and others should be able to understand. Right? First, you will put title. Let us take one example. Error-based SQL injection vulnerability. Okay. Title you have to put. I'll mention like search field is vulnerable to error-based. That's it, right? By knowing the title, anyone can understand the vulnerability, how exactly it happens. But what is a vulnerability will be shown in the title. What are the steps that are involved for finding this vulnerability? You need to put it. Title, description. Description means you need to put 2 or 3 lines about this SQL injection vulnerability, how it happens, okay, and how it is going to affect the application and affect the security. Description you need to put. Then affected URLs. In a website, you see a lot of URLs like abc/x1, abc/customers, abc/abc.com/users, abc.com/profile, abc/logoff. Like that, you get to see a lot of URLs. Out of those URLs, which one is a vulnerable for SQL injection vulnerability? That you need to clearly mention it. ABC, just for example, abc.com slash ASPX slash something like search dot or some x dot search dot html, something like this. Search page, something pointing to search page. Exact URL you need to put. What next? Affected URLs. Then severity. What are the different severity levels? Put it in the chat window. Start from critical, which is very high severity, then high, medium, low. So you need to mention what is the severity of this vulnerability. What is the severity of this vulnerability? What should we give? Low, medium, high, critical, or information? Information is just for your info, like that. As it is vulnerable for SQL injection and it is exploitable, we will go with critical. Okay. Okay. Then POC. What do you mean by POC? What is the POC stands for? Proof of concept. Remember that, very important. Proof of concept means you have to provide a screenshot or some logs. Logs also screenshots. Okay. Some kind of a proof. How do you say, like, okay, this issue has happened? As of now, you are able to see that issue, but when someone reads your report, they should be able to understand, yes, there is a vulnerability and it is exploitable. Okay. If you are done with SQL map, you mention like a SQL map when you run with the double hyphen tables, double hyphen columns, double hyphen dump, we'll be able to extract the entire content, right? Take the screenshot and put it here in this one screenshot. Then you need to put steps to reproduce. What is meant by steps to reproduce? Steps to reproduce. Anyone can make use of the mic and answer. Make use of the mic and tell me, like, what is meant by steps to reproduce, and for this vulnerability, what are the steps you can give? Make use of mic and answer.
Sir, this is Shanwas, sir.
Yes, Shanvas, go ahead.
So we need to be explain them, sir, how we have logged in. That is, we have used this one SQL injection. Once we have tried for the interruption, sir.
Yes, exactly.
Otherwise, sometimes we will use HTML text, sir. That
Okay.
also that also we need to be explain them how we have what steps has to be follow to find this vulnerability to the developer, sir.
Okay, Shanvas, thanks for the details. It is very clear explanation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So in a website, you see a lot of different pages. In each and every page, you see a lot of elements. If you just mention like there is an SQL injection at so and so page at search field, where is the search field? I'm new to the application. I don't know. I am a developer, but I don't know where exactly the search page exists. Even if I know the application, I cannot keep on searching for the search field, right? It should be very clear in the steps. Like from starting, you need to mention log into the application, navigate to customers page, then there you find a search field. The search field, one second. In search field, give the payload as, what is meant by payload? What do we do? In general, I search for mobiles, like this mobile. But instead of mobile, I give mobile single quote. This is the payload which I give. I am able to get the error. Then find total number of columns using order by, and find total number of vulnerable columns using union select. Like that, you need to mention all the steps. Once it is done, then it is our steps to reproduce. Anyone can understand how we have got this vulnerability and how we did the exploitation. Next one is impact. We need to put. Then remediation. We'll try to put the impact later. What recommendations do you provide for SQL injection vulnerability? Can I get the answer? Put it in the chat window. Input sanitization, yes. Without this question, you cannot attempt any interview. All the interviews, 100 out of 100 interviews, they'll ask you about the SQL injection vulnerability. And then how do you find it? How do you prevent it? Input sanitization or input filtering. Okay. Then parameterized queries. We discussed about parameterized queries and prepare statements. What else? Web application firewall, implementation of stored procedures. Then don't use default settings. And proper updating and patching of the database. That's it. So these are all the ways how you can prevent or remediate SQL injection vulnerability. What is the impact? Say if there is a SQL injection vulnerability, what is the loss we are going to get? Shall I say like customer's data gets compromised as the attacker is able to extract database details on the web page. Simple terms, no need to be like you search in Google, you get more number of options, more number of answers for this. Based on that, you try to give very simple 2 or 3 lines. That's it. Don't write on your own. Search in Google, try to collect 5 to 6 answers, then write up on your own. That is the best way of writing the report. Okay, these are the things which we have to put. If it is network related security testing or even web related security testing, you can mention tools as well. Okay. And along with severity, remember there is one more term called CVSS. Does anyone know what is meant by CVSS? Full form of CVSS? The entire cyber security or information security across the world, they follow a standard to put the severity. Okay. So right now we are trying to put the severity as critical, high, medium, low. But in ethical hacking, they follow a standard that is called common vulnerability scoring system. You need to put the severity, along with the severity, you need to put even CVSS score. And its range is from 0.1 to 10.0. This is its range. 10.0 means critical vulnerability. Point 1 means low vulnerability. Like this, based on the range, of CVSS, we have to extract the severity. Okay. All of you know what is meant by MS 17010. What is the vulnerability about? What are we targeting in that? Eternal loop. It is going to affect Windows 7, Windows 2008. Remote code execution is possible. Okay, I'll give you 2 minutes. Search in Google MS17010. Try to check what is the CVSS score that is given for that vulnerability. Your time starts now. Check in Google. No need to calculate. I'm going to explain you how to calculate CVSS in today's session. But for this one, automatically in the Google, you will be having lot of tutorials or links. Based on that, tell me the score. Last 1 minute. Okay. MS17010. That is the eternal blue vulnerability, but with the same number, there will be a lot of vulnerabilities. Like once we partially fix those vulnerabilities, there are some more vulnerabilities has come up. Mostly it will be between 8 to 10. Okay, let me check that. Microsoft bulletin. Microsoft will release this Microsoft vulnerability numbers and its details. Executive summary, software and severity ratings. So CVE. There are a lot of CVEs, not like a single CVE based on the remote code execution. In all the vulnerabilities, they have listed it as critical. Okay, it is going to affect a lot of operating systems and flavors. Let me take, I'll go to CVE details. Here they would have listed it properly. CVEdetails.com. They try to publish all the vulnerabilities corresponding to those vulnerability, corresponding to some specific vulnerability. Like what is the CVSS score, what is the impact on confidentiality, integrity, okay, and some reference links. Okay, I forgot to include one more thing. Along with these details, you need to put reference links. Means, okay, you have put some remediations, you have put some impact. Are there any reference links? So references, you need to put one or two links which talks about this vulnerability. Okay, and let us see how we calculate the CVSS score. We'll take this up. Is it clear what details you need to put as part of the report? Confirm in the chat window. I have listed for one vulnerability. If there are 10 vulnerabilities, all the 10 vulnerabilities you need to be reporting in the same format. Non-technical explanation. Non-technical explanation means like any person should be able to understand, even a non-IT person. Simple, you say like uh, end users are able to see the customer's data in a web page. That's it. Very clear and straightforward. Okay. Yes, Divya, I am going to share one sample report with you guys so that you keep it for your reference. I'm going to share one sample report. Maybe I'll share it in the references folder. You guys can keep it for reference. Okay. So we have discussed about web application vulnerabilities, exploitations, and few network vulnerabilities and its exploitations. MS 17010 comes under network. MS 12020 comes under network. And we discussed about the network packet generation tools, scanning tools, monitoring tools. Okay. And one more network vulnerability scanner I'm going to cover, that is Nessus tool. We'll discuss it in the next week. So in the next week, 3 hours, not 3 hours, 3 sessions will be done with the concepts which are required for the job: mobile web security, API security, and network security. Mobile security, I'll take it in the weekends, 5 hours sessions. Okay, with that, mobile security will be also covered so that you guys can start for the job search. Next batch is going to start from September 1st. Even the cloud security is going to start from that time. In case if you are having more than 3 years of experience, I would recommend take up cloud certifications, cloud related training, cloud security, cloud certifications on AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, GCP. Fine. Let us discuss about this. Then later you take up one assignment for one vulnerability. Everyone. Okay. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take it, or you can browse the video, take a screenshot. No issues. We have found SQL injection vulnerability. Now I want to calculate the CVSS score. You can use CVSS calculator 3.1. First.org. Okay, from this you should be able to extract. And what are the range of CVSS is 0.1 to 10. And depending on the scoring, we get the vulnerability. Somewhere it would have listed. Hold on. Or let me search in. This is how the CVSS ratings are. We are following 3.0 and 3.1. Both are same. So if it is a critical, 9.0 to 10.0. High means 7.0 to 8.9 is the score. 4.0 to 6.9, that is medium, and 1 to 4 is 0.1 to 4 is low. So the low severity has a range of 4, medium 3, high 2, critical 1. The range, the difference between the lowest and the highest. Very easy to remember. Remember these things. This course content is enough for fresher to 8 years of experience. No need to study any extra material. I'll give you the score. Tell me what is the criticality, what is the severity of that. If there is a vulnerability whose score is 4.5, what is its severity? 4.5 means medium. Okay. If it is 9.1, what is the severity of the vulnerability? 9.1. Critical. Very easy. You just need to remember this range so that you will be able to answer these kind of questions. Now let us see how do we calculate the CVSS score based on the vulnerability. These are the attributes that would make up the CVSS score. Attack vector, network, adjacent, local, physical. Physical means the attacker requires the physical access. Okay, physical access to the server, not to the web page. So for doing SQL injection vulnerability, do I need the physical access to the server, or is it okay if I am there in the network? Network or physical access for doing the SQL injection attack? It is network. I should be able to connect to the network. That's it. I don't need the physical access to the servers. Attack vector is network or adjacent or local or physical. Attack complexity is low or high. Definitely it is high. The reason is you need to calculate the payloads, you need to define the payloads. So it is not so easy. It is a little bit, attack complexity is high. And do we need any additional permissions to perform this attack? You need to be a normal user, right? None means you don't require any permissions. Low means some kind of privileges, normal user privileges. High means you require administrative privileges. If you are normal user, that is enough. Then user interaction required or not? I don't need any kind of user interaction, not required. Scroll up. The scope gets changed after you get access or after you gain access to the server. No, it doesn't change. The initial scope is extracting the database, and after gaining the access also, we are not going to change anything. Okay. Now let us see what are the things that got affected. It is going to affect confidentiality as high. Then integrity, we can mention it like we are able to modify few details, so it is also high. How about availability? Maybe by modifying few details it may affect, so I keep it as low. I got the score as high. This is the severity for this application. Or if you put high for the availability, 7.5. That's it. Okay. So this is how you need to calculate the base score. This whatever you are calculating is the base score. Environmental score, temporal score. This depends on the environment. I mean to say like test environment where exactly it is. Don't worry about these two things. We always calculate the CVSS based on the base score. I'll give you a vulnerability. You need to calculate the CVSS score now. Okay. The vulnerability is LFI. Attacker is able to extract users and using what? This is the issue. Calculate the CVSS for it. Take 5 minutes of time and calculate. Have you calculated the score? Attacker is able to extract users and passwords in the from the URL. Okay, by using this one in the URL. Okay, so let us see how it works out. What is the score? Refresh the page. It's still not affected. Okay. Attack vector network. Attack complexity is not so high. You just need to put the URL. Privileges required, no, none of the privileges required. User interaction required, none. And then scope gets unchanged. Yes, not changed. Confidentiality impact, yes. Integrity impact, yes. Availability, yes. This is the score. Why availability is getting impacted? We are going to get the usernames and passwords of that specific system. Can we log in to that system server, Linux server? Yes, we can log in. Can we shut down that system or server? Yes, we can do that. So this is the severity. Don't worry if you are not getting the exact number. It can be something like between 9 and 10. Okay, and the severity is critical. The CVSS score is 9.8. I'll give you the vulnerabilities. All of you has to come up with this kind of explanation. So I want the title, description, affected URLs, severity, POC, tools, steps to reproduce, impact, remediation, and references. These details I want for each and every vulnerability. I'm going to give it for you as an assignment. So what are the vulnerabilities you want to take up by your own choice, or you want me to list some vulnerabilities for tomorrow's assignment? First 15 minutes we'll discuss these things in tomorrow's session. You want me to give the vulnerabilities, or do you want to select your own vulnerability from the topics which I have covered so far? What is your choice? One, or you want me to list? 5 vulnerabilities. Yeah, that's good idea. Let me give you 5 vulnerabilities. You can choose any of these 5 vulnerabilities. Okay. The first one, store process script in DVWA application at page. So all of you know, right, where exactly the stored process script exists. Okay, fine. Number 2, reflected process script search page of Altero Mutual. Number 3, server information browser Altero.com. Server name. So that vulnerability I'll explain you. Yesterday's videos is not uploaded. No, today I'll upload both the videos. Click on sign in. So if you check these request and response details, this is the server version. It is getting disclosed. This is also a vulnerability. You need to calculate, or you need to give a report. Each one has to work on two vulnerabilities, not a single vulnerability. Okay. Number 4, cookie attributes secure and HTTP are not set. This is one. The 5th one, remote code execution Oops. These are the five vulnerabilities. I want you to prepare a report for 1, 2, 3 and 4 are mandatory. Remember, these three are mandatory, and along with this, sorry, 3 and 4 are mandatory. Along with these two, each and everyone select one of the vulnerability of your choice, and you need to prepare a report for 3 vulnerabilities out of 5. Understood what exactly you have to do? Confirm me in the chat window. If you didn't understand the question, do let me know. For ultramutual.com J session ID, secure flag is not set, not enabled. HTTP only is enabled, but still like assume like it is not enabled and you need to prepare a report. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we are good for today. I would expect these 3 vulnerabilities, with all these 3 vulnerabilities, put it in a Word document. Microsoft Word document you need to put, and then let us discuss in tomorrow's session. So tomorrow we are going to cover this reporting structure, along with that maybe some missing topics. Okay, then rest of the classes we need to cover API penetration testing, compliances, OWSP top 10, nesses, and any topics which are useful for the job. We'll officially, today is the last session, I guess. Today or tomorrow, today. 42 classes we have finished for today. Maybe we would have taken 2 or 3 days leaves. So next week, August 15, 16, 17. 17th we'll wind up the session. I'll let you know August 15th whether the class will be there or not. I have to attend one of the school for flag hosting. Okay, that's the reason. If I'm not going, the session will be there. If I'm going there, there will not be any session. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. See you tomorrow again. Bye bye. Tomorrow is Saturday. Forgot. Okay. Uh, Fine then. I'll let you know. Do one thing, guys. I don't want this assignment to take up for the Monday. I want everyone to finish this assignment by tomorrow morning and post it in the group itself. Word document, either you can post it in the group. There are 2 groups. One is paid group, other one is normal group. Post it only in the paid group. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Divya. Thanks, guys. Cloud computing classes will start from September 1st. That will be in the weekends. If you are interested, I'm going to give huge discount for already people who enrolled for cybersecurity. In fact, cloud security certifications cost around 30,000 to 50,000 for our students already who has attended cybersecurity. So I'll tell you the exact certification cost is 50,000, 50. It is includes training come certification. But if someone is attending newly, there is a batch, there is a discount. 28,000 is the cost. And in case if you guys are taking up the training and certification, ideal cost is 50K. Then you reach out to, still we haven't decided exact cost, but if you don't want any certification, we'll give it for 10K. If you want with certification, maybe we give it with some more amount. I'll let you know. Okay. Only training means 10,000. Certification, because we need to buy that voucher from the EC Council. There is some minimum cost involved. You guys ping to me directly. I'll let you know. Okay. Fine, guys. Thank you so much. I'll let you know for the Monday session. Done? Okay.